While on my mission to find any useful tidbits of information along the way while searching for my older videos about redirecting port 80 requests, which are HTTP requests, to port 443, which is HTTPS requests, I found out that I should always have the server name, and here it is, sam.buscompanyx.com, as part of each virtual host configuration file for Apache. So the other ones, while they may be domain names which I own, like gxsam11, underdog zone, buscompanyx.com, this one is not a domain name that I own, but it is a fully qualified domain name and it is of my machine. So that should be a server alias. Ports.conf is among the configuration files for Apache. It is found in etc Apache 2. Let's look what's inside of it. Listen 80. What that does is it tells Apache to listen on the machine's port 80. So basically, the machine has a bunch of ports. And listen 80, when it's part of the Apache configuration, configures Apache to listen to port 80 and take whatever comes to the machine and goes to its port 80 to go to Apache. And then there's another listen statement, listen 443. And basically, listen 443 executes if module SSL module is enabled or installed. Similarly, if module mod GNU TLS.c is enabled or installed or detected in any way by Apache, then listen 443 will be the statement that's executed. And apparently these listen statements are cumulative because I do have these two modules enabled and installed. So basically this ports.conf will configure Apache to listen on port 80 and port 443. Now I'm going to read this here. If you just change the port or add more ports here, you will likely also have to change the virtual host statement in. Yes, the configuration file has a virtual host statement. It's right here. That's where we specify that these directives are to be read in and adhered to if the IP address is 67.227.229.47 and the port is 443. So what that statement was saying is if you change the ports in port.conf or ports.conf, then you need to create a virtual host for that new port that you added to ports.conf. You can't just leave it 443 and then have it be 445 in ports.conf. And similarly, my other enabled virtual host file or enabled site is more accurate. That one just has an asterisk and an 80 here. So everything is good. My Apache basically just listens to port 80 and 443, and it has a site's enabled configuration for each one of those ports.